Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Waalaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Beautiful. So, inshallah, we are going to start our fourth session. The first three sessions on gender interaction, how a stranger man and a stranger woman, non-mahram man and non-mahram woman should communicate. Today we're going to go to those guidelines. The first session we discussed about the mahram. Hirani, you remember?
Yeah.
Second session we discussed about the puberty. Aura, actually very good. Aura. And third session, last time we discussed about puberty. And we discussed all those things about puberty. Now let's start the gender interaction guidelines. If a stranger man and a stranger woman, if they want to communicate, how they would talk, how they would interact. Before I can tell you those guidelines, it's very important for us to understand the larger picture. If I Fatima and Ibn, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is knowledgeable, yes or no?
Yeah.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the most knowledgeable, is the most wise. Agree or not?
Wisdom.
Who created us?
Allah.
Who created our bodies of man and woman? Allah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala
No.
is more knowledgeable than us. How do we function and operate from these bodies, right?
Yeah.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and they gave us these laws of halal and haram, and they say clearly, if a stranger man and if a stranger woman who are non-mahram, if a stranger man and a stranger woman, if they have to communicate, they have to follow certain guidelines. Fatima and Hibban, listen to this. If a stranger man and a stranger woman, non-mahram to each other, after the age of puberty, if they want to live together, what they have to do?
They have to marry.
They have to marry, right? They have to marry. Yes.
If a stranger man and woman have a meeting,
Then we will discuss those guidelines. But we are talking about living together in the same house for a long term. Then they have to get married. Now Fatima and Hibban, that's why marriage is an act of worship.
It's good.
Your Amma and Abba, myself and my wife, your Amma, your mother, we were strangers 12 years ago, almost 12 years ago. But when we wanted to live together, what did we do?
Get married.
We got married, right? And now, alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us 3 kids. Two of them are sitting in front of me, right?
One is sleeping.
One is sleeping. She always sleeps, right? Okay, now coming back to this. So if a stranger man, a stranger woman who are non-mahram to each other and who have reached to the age of puberty, if they want to live together, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us marriage, the institution of marriage, and actually marriage is an act of ibadah. Is it clear, Fatima and Ibn? Allah loves when a man and a woman gets married. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, now, if a man and a woman who are non-mahram to each other and who have reached to the age of puberty, if they will live together and they won't pay attention to those gender interaction guidelines and they're living together, then this is haram or halal?
Haram.
Haram, a big haram.
Big.
Very big major haram. If a man and a woman who are a stranger to each other and they are talking to each other without paying attention to those guidelines, then it is
Big haram.
big haram. Is it clear?
Big haram.
The Arabic term for this is called zina. In English we would say if a man and a woman are living together,
I know.
man and a woman are living together without marriage, then
Girlfriend, boyfriend.
very good, Fatima. Girlfriend or boyfriend.
Should I write that?
Yeah, so you can write marriage is act of ibadah, and girlfriend boyfriend relationship in Arabic it's zina. That's haram in Islam. Write this down. Is it clear? Is it clear, Fatima and Ibn?
Yes. Why do we write?
Zina is haram, girlfriend boyfriend relationship is haram, and marriage is an act of ibadah. And you know how it works, right? So if a stranger man and a stranger woman who are non-mahram to each other reach to the age of puberty, if they want to live together, they will.
Marry.
If they are living together without marriage and they are communicating, interacting with each other without following the guidelines of Sharia, without following the guidelines of gender interaction, then they are doing an act of
Zina.
zina. That's girlfriend boyfriend relationship. Is it clear, Fatima? Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Okay. Is that okay, Fatima and Ibn?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's start. What are the gender interaction guidelines between two non-mahram genders? Should we start?
1 minute. Yes. Done.
Allahu Akbar.
Should
Okay.
I write the rules?
Yeah, this is the first we will discuss today.
1. Should I write 1?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
Okay. So let's start. What are the gender interaction guidelines when a non-mahram man and non-mahram woman above the age of puberty, if they are talking to each other, what they have to do? So let's say if any sister comes
You have.
and she is talking to me, have I reached to the age of puberty?
Yes.
Yes, Hibban?
Yes.
Yes. This sister who's coming is not my mahram, is not my mom, is not my wife, is not my daughter. She is a sister from the community, a respectful sister from the community. Is it clear, Fatima Hibban?
Yes.
If she is coming to talk to me, I'm not her mahram, she's not my mahram. Both of us have reached to the age of puberty. Yeah, agree?
Yes.
Now, how we will going to talk? How we are going to talk? If we have to convey the message, if we have to talk, how do we have to talk? We have the first guideline is that we have to have a respect and respectful way of looking at each other. Is it clear, Fatima and Ibn? Is it clear?
Yes. Yes.
If we won't do this, if we don't have a respectful way of looking at each other, then according to the hadith, Rasulullah SAW says it's the zina of eyes. It's the zina of, what is zina? You know that, right? What I just told you?
Bad.
Yeah.
Very bad.
Yeah. Okay. What does it mean by respectful way of looking at each other? What does it mean?
Like.
Okay, should I tell you? Hiban, listen to this. What does it mean by respectful way of looking at each other? What is disrespectful way? When you look at the aura of someone. When you look at the aura of someone. So let's say we are living in America, right?
Yeah.
If we are maybe watching something on YouTube, and all of a sudden, you know those bad advertisements?
Yeah.
Those bad advertisements?
Bad.
If they will come and if a woman or man is showing their aura,
Or dancing.
And they are showing their aura. Most of them, when they dance, they are not in the hijab, right, Fadwa?
They were really short dress.
They wear short dress. If they are showing their aura, am I supposed to see their legs?
No.
Why? Because that's not respectful way of looking at each other. So if anyone is talking to you, and if their aura is exposed, they are uncovered, then you should not look at their body. You should look at their face, communicate, and then leave. Is it clear? Have respect. Have respect for them. Have respect for them. Communicate. Interact with them. But don't look at their aura. Look at their face and then communicate the message. So if you look at their, let's say, Fatima and Hibban, we have went to the beach last year, right?
Yeah.
In beach, usually people who are non-Muslim or non-practicing Muslim, they wear which kind of dress?
I know. They only cover this part and the private part.
Yes, only very two small piece of clothes, right? So, are you as a Muslim, are you supposed to see them?
No.
No, because it's not respectful way of looking at each other, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked us in Surah An-Nur, ayat 30 and ayat 31, you guys will memorize inshallah. قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ يَغُضُّونَ مِنَ الْأَبْصَارِ. Believing men and believing women should lower their gaze. Whenever they see anything inappropriate, whenever they see aura of the individual, they should lower their gaze. So if you see Hibban, a aura of someone, then what you should do?
You don't see it.
Lower your gaze. But if you're talking to the individual, then just communicate, look at their face, and then leave. Is it clear? Fatima and Hibban, is it clear?
Yes.
This is extremely important. So again, I will actually make this.
Even to mahram?
No. Mahram have different guidelines, right? Mahram have different guidelines. So Fatima's hair. Fatima's hairs.
Yeah.
If we can see Fatima's hair if she will remove the hijab, right?
Yeah, but not.
But we don't have to keep I don't have to keep my gaze lower if Fatima will show her hairs because Fatima is my daughter, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to hairs, there is a flexibility. But let's say Fatima is taking shower and Fatima said, Abba, can you pass me towel? Then I know that when I'm passing towel, there is a chance that I can see Fatima, the rest of the body. Then I have to make sure that I don't have to look at Fatima. I pass the towel like this because when it comes to hair, I can see because she's mahram. But I'm father, but I should not see her entire body because
Not good.
Mama can
But
see.
see this
For
time.
you, I can see Hibban because it's the same gender. But when it comes to privates and everything, we should stay away. Is it clear?
And nobody can touch your part.
Nobody can touch it. Okay? Is it clear, Fatima and Hibban?
Yes.
Okay. So very important question, very important distinction, Fatima and Hibban. When it comes to looking in a respectful way, you should. When it comes to looking at the aura, you should not look at the aura. Is it clear, Fatima and Hibban?
Yes. Yeah.
When it comes to looking at aura, you should not look at the aura. You should look at the face, communicate, and then leave. Is it clear?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. When it becomes permissible to look at the aura? When it becomes permissible
How?
to look at the aura? Let's say Fatima, you become 20-year-old. Right now you are 10, right? 10, 11. You become 20-year-old. Now you have reached the age of puberty?
No. I don't think so. Yeah.
20.
No.
Yes, you have crossed 15.
No.
So you have reached the age of?
Puberty.
Good job.
Not now.
Let's assume you are in 20.
Yeah.
Okay? You are visiting a doctor. You are visiting a doctor. I know right now your doctor is a female doctor, but let's say a female doctor is not available, you have to go into the ER and male doctor will examine you. And male doctor will going to say you have a problem maybe on your knees. Is knee part of your aura, Fatima? Yes? Okay. And doctor will say, can I see your knees? And it's an emergency situation. Will you say no, because you are non-mahram, I cannot show my knees to you? Or you will say no, it's an emergency case, I will show you.
No, it's aura.
Generally no, but in the case of extreme necessity, in the case of need or extreme necessity, it is permissible. So in the case of medical doctor examining the part so that they can treat you, it's fine. Is it clear?
A fracture?
Anything. But there have to be extreme necessity. Okay, Hibban and Fatima?
What extreme necessity?
Like you have to go to ER. If doctor won't see that part, how he will examine you?
Yeah.
And similarly, female doctor treating Abba or treating any uncle. It's permissible as long as there is a need or necessity, then I can expose my aura. Is it clear? But if there is no need, if there is no necessity, then
It's harm.
it's haram. Is it clear, Fatima and Hibban? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Very good, mashallah. Okay. Trivia time! Okay. Let's say Muhammad is a 20-year-old man. Did he reach to the age of puberty?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Then Maryam comes. Maryam is 20-year-old also. Did she reach to the age of puberty, Hibban?
Of course.
Maryam, does all these sisters in our community or in our Muslim larger community wear hijab or some wear, some doesn't wear?
Some almost everybody wear, but some don't wear.
So some don't wear, some wear, right? That's how it goes. Okay, let's say Maryam is not wearing hijab. And Maryam comes to you, actually Maryam comes to Muhammad, Muhammad is 20-year-old, and they both are non-mahram. And Maryam says, can you help me in something, a project or masjid event or whatever? And she's not wearing hijab. Now what should Muhammad do if Maryam is looking for help? Maybe she have a flat tire in the car, she's looking for help, or she have an event in masjid and she's asking Muhammad, can you bring this box upstairs to the imam's office, or whatever, genuine help. But she's not wearing hijab. What should Muhammad do in this situation? Now tell me. I will tell you a few scenarios and you will tell me which one is best. A, Muhammad will look at her and Muhammad will say, Astaghfirullah. You should wear the hijab, sister, and walk away.
No, that's
Second, Muhammad will look at her face. Don't look at other parts. And let's say Maryam is wearing skirts, so her legs are also visible. Muhammad will look at her face and Muhammad will say, Inshallah, I will help you, sister. And then pick the box, put in the Imam's office, and then leave. Third, Muhammad will say,
look at
Maryam, wow, the entire body. And she'll say, you look gorgeous. Tell me which one is haram.
The first one is haram.
Okay.
And the last one
And last one? What about last one, Fatima?
is haram too.
It's haram too. Why?
Because he's looking at it.
It's looking at the awra, and we should not look at
And
the
the
awra.
second one can hurt her feeling. The first one can.
The first one can hurt her feeling. So what is the ideal? What he should do?
He should do the second one.
Second one. What is the second one, Hibban?
He
He should just help her without looking at her body and without being rude to her. Is it clear?
Yeah.
This is extremely important, and vice versa. Vice versa. Is it clear?
Yes.
It's clear. Very good, mashallah. So respectful way of looking at each other. This is the first point we have discussed, how to interact between men and women, how men and a woman who are strangers, not mahram to each other, they will communicate. Fatima and Iban, is it okay?
Yes. Is the trivia time over?
Yeah, trivia time is over. So inshallah, we'll continue next time, inshallah. There are a few guidelines. Iban. Oh yeah, I'll see you guys inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.